Hey ladies, I'm coming to you guys today with a tutorial. This is just a one side wrap type of situation that I'm doing. I'm using some old Brazilian hair that I had, and I definitely wanted to just create a quick but edgy style. So if you ladies want to see how I achieve this, definitely stay tuned. So you want to start out by molding your hair into place. I'm actually going for this side of my hair to be exposed and just mold it down and to have the extensions on the other side of my head. So that's what I'm doing here, just brushing it into place, making sure my part is right. That way my bang will fall into my face properly. You can also leave out your edges or your sideburns if you like. From here, I'm just going to apply some gel to my hair. If you don't want to use gel, you can use edge control, but I will say this, the gel will allow for your hair to stay molded for a longer period of time. I know edge control, I at least have to apply it every day to keep my hair into place. So I'm just going to use gel and just brush that over to the other side of my head. And I'm going to hold that into place with a ponytail. So that's what you see there. It's a ponytail sort of in the back of my head, but more so to the other side. From here, next, what I'm going to do is to actually separate my sideburns because I want to leave them out. I think it looks edgier that way as well. I'm then just parting my hair from my leave out for my bang area. I'm using very, very, very little leave out. You actually don't need leave out for this, but just for extra security, I'm going to use leave out. So this is the cap that I'm using as well. Local beauty supply store, only $1. I'm using 2 just for extra protection from the glue. What you want to do is make sure you can still see your part through the 2 caps. That way you know where to cut so that your hair will stay protected. I'm also going to sew along that part. That way when I do cut my cap off for the one exposed area, the cap will not slip back. And also this will allow for my quick and easy hairstyle to last a little longer than usual. So I'm just taking needle and thread and sewing along my part. I also sewed along the outer perimeter of my head as well, just to make sure that my cap does not slip off and that my hair lasts a longer time. So from here, once that's done, I'm just taking bonding glue and the Brazilian hair that I'm going to be using. It is wet, but I'm taking it from ear to ear, starting at the nape of my neck and just working my way up and around. From here, what I'm actually going to do is start to cut along that part so I can make sure that I do not add my tracks too far over. And as you can see, as I'm cutting, the cap is not slipping back on that side because I did sew it down. So sewing down your cap is probably going to be needed with this style. You can also start to pull back the cap on the other side of your hair where you're going to leave it exposed or where it's molded at. And if you use the gel, then your hair should be dry. So you shouldn't need to retouch over there. And just continuing to cut along that part, just so I can, make sure I'm not going over too far. And I'm going to continue to peel that cap back. You can also cut off the excess cap on that side as well, but you do want to make sure you do leave some cap material. That way you will not add glue to your own hair. So as you can see, I've come pretty far along, just adding the tracks from the end of each piece of cap on that side to the other end. And that's my leave out, and that's going to cover my bang area. So the portion of the cap that's still exposed, I'm going to put the regular beauty supply store hair there for my bang. I'm not using Brazilian hair for the bang. This is the hair I'm using. It's by Minky Yaki, I believe. I'm not really sure of the brand. Any 8-inch hair will work for your bang. And I'm laying my tracks at an angled layer. That way my hair can fall into my face very flowy like. I didn't want to lay it straight because then it won't have so much body and movement to them. So I'm trying to lay it at as much of an angle as possible. And you're going to continue to do that until you fill up the rest of your exposed cap. And also, ladies, with using this glue, you definitely want to make sure that the hair or the glue is dry before you move on to the next track because you don't want any of your tracks to slip out if they're still wet. So as you can see here, how the hair is starting to fall into my face. It's going to fall much more pretty once I do layer the hair with the razor. But you pretty much get the gist or the idea of why I'm laying my tracks at an angle. So from here, once you have filled in the rest of your bang area, you're going to want to start layering. I'm just using a $1 razor comb from my beauty supply store. I'm going to start just layering the one side of my hair to thin it out so it won't be so bulky. And also putting very, very, very light layers in my bang area. That way when I do curl my hair or when I do decide to flip it out, it'll have some body and movement to it. So as you can see, I'm just taking hair from the back and layering or thinning that out so it won't be so heavy on one side. And just add layers as you see fit. Like I said, this really helps when you're going for that Farrah Fawcett look and you want to add big curls to it. The curls will fall in such a nice flowy style. So after layering, this is pretty much what I've ended up with. Like I said, it was just a really quick style. If you do still have leftover virgin hair, you don't know what to do with it, and you don't want to do like a U-part or sew-in, this is definitely an option. Take the hair, make a quick weave. Why not? It'll work. And just combing the hair into place. As you guys can see some of the layers in the bang. I'll probably come back with a video on how I curl it if I do decide to curl it up. But for right now, I like the bone straight look. It's pretty edgy to me. And I'm going to go in also here and just add some edge control this time to my little sideburns just to slick them down even more. And like I said, this is optional. You do not need to leave your sideburns out. I just feel like, I don't know, kind of made it look more edgier to me, I guess. And that's pretty much it. I hope you ladies liked it. Hey doll, so I finished my hair and this is it. Like I said, if you guys are watching the tutorial at the beginning, I wanted to still use my old Brazilian hair, but I didn't, want to do the whole U-part thing. So I just took it off, made a quick weave, something more edgier. And yeah, I like it. It's definitely just straight right now. You can definitely add big curls to it to do like the Farrah Fawcett look, but I'm going to rock it straight for a couple of days. So I hope you girls like it. If you have any questions, definitely leave it below. I'll be more than happy to answer. Bye.